Our 7-round Dallas Cowboys NFL mock draft is coming up, originally posted on our Cowboys YouTube channel. If you want more 7-round mock drafts for different NFL teams, such as including and not limited to the Bears, Raiders, and a whole lot more, then make sure you guys are subscribed. A ton of NFL draft-focused content will be right here, youtube.com/chatNFL. This is the Cowboys Report. I am Tom Downey. A 7-round NFL mock draft coming at you guys here. All 7 picks for the Dallas Cowboys. We're going to begin with the recent picks in round 1. I will also make note, Bijan Robinson off the board, so can't take him. He went to the Bucs, I believe, in the PFF sim, because that one's better than PFN right now. Jordan Addison, Deonte Banks, Kalijah Cansey, Zay Flowers, Brian Brzee are gone. And a bit of a surprise for me, my number 1 tight end is on the board. I know not everyone likes tight end, but I'm going to do it. I'm taking the best player on the board. That's just smart drafting for me. That's Michael Mayer, the tight end out of Notre Dame. It is a great tight end class, do not get me wrong. I think Michael Mayer is going to be an awesome NFL football player. Great production at a position that normally doesn't generate much production at the collegiate level. My player comp, not quite as athletic as the prime version, but not that far behind given his size, Jason Witten style. Notre Dame's best play for years was throw it up to Michael Mayer. Great contested catch, good hands. I think he's a quality blocker as well. He's not a premier level athlete. He's not going to be a dynamic after the catch guy. It's to an extent taking Dalton Schultz hitting the upgrade button like 5 times. You get a better player. You can still utilize Jake Ferguson, Peyton Hendershot. But for the West Coast offense, what I think the Cowboys are going to try to run in the future with Mike McCarthy, adding what I would consider a premier tight end prospect in Michael Mayer, the true first-round player that was left on my board, the only true one that was left. Pick 26, it's too good a value at that point to pass up. Some other players who were on the board still in round 1, Dalton Kincaid, Will McDonald, Mozzie Smith. I like Osiris Torrance. I would have thought about that one too. Emmanuel Forbes also there. I just went straight BPA in round 1. So who do you want to take in the first round of this year's NFL draft if you are the Cowboys? Sound off for me in the comments section. It'll be the pinned comments on today's video. So if the ad break comes here on YouTube, take advantage of it. Head down there and let me know. All right, round 2, guys off the board. Siaka Ika, some corners who I think you could see Dan Quinn liking. Tyreek Stevenson, Julius Brents, a center, Luke Weipler off the board. Honestly, the interior linemen are all picked over by the time it gets to round 2, which was really painful. They all went pretty early on the sim. Dane Henley off the board. So I'm going to get a fatty. Keeanu Benton out of Wisconsin. Almost 6'4", 309, really long arms, almost 34 inches, fits the mold there for the Cowboys. He's a run-stopping, focused defensive tackle who flashed pass rush upside this year. 4.5 sacks, a 12.3% pressure rate there. Can play 1-tech, can play 3-tech, a less raw Nathan Shepard. I think late second, early third is really good value for him here. Flash at the Senior Bowl. I think he's a little bit too much of his upper body. He needs development in terms of especially pass rush. What's your plan? That's been a problem for him in the past at points, but he's gotten better throughout his college career. Back end of round 2 with some guys that I'm worried about the round 2 pick. I don't love the players who were there outside of some backs. So I was pleased to get Benton, but some of those sims you can get picked over pretty quickly there. Some other guys on the board, Tank Dell, who I like, but he's small, and the Cowboys don't like those guys. Thought about Tuli Tuipulotu, but I think he's more of an edge for the Cowboys, and I think they might go DT first. Joe Tippmann was there. I thought long and hard about that one, by the way. But John Michael Schmitz was gone. Matthew Bergeron, if you want the other offensive lineman who could probably play guard for you. Zach Charbonnet out of UCLA was the top back left on the board. But I wanted to get at least some defensive guys because this will be an offensive-heavy mock draft. So how many Cowboys fans follow the NFL draft? I hope it's every single one of you watching. And if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to our NFL Draft YouTube channel. I would like nothing more for that channel to be dominated by Dallas Cowboys fans. Go subscribe, youtube.com/chatnfl. Links in the comments section and the description of today's show. Round 3, a classic Cowboys-style cornerback, Darius Rush, the other South Carolina corner, number 90 overall here in the third round. I think he could easily go top 75 this year. He has the frame the Cowboys tend to like, almost 6'2", almost 200 pounds, and 33 3/8-inch arms. That's a Dan Quinn specialty right there. Mainly an outside corner, 4'3", 640. There's special teams values too. He's a former wide receiver, has ball skills, some work to do as a tackler. He's an outside guy. I don't think the short area quicks are particularly great. He needs some technique work, but what you would do here with your third rounder is let him learn for a year with Stephon Gilmore. Learn behind Stephon Gilmore. Gilmore walks in free agency or whatever, and then you plug Darius Rush on the outside, and you hopefully get what you were hoping to get out of Kelvin Joseph. The special teams value that he brings, by the way, means you'd be able to move on from Kelvin Joseph this offseason if you wanted to. Some other players who were still on the board: Garrett Williams, 2 backs, Dwayne McBride, Tank Bigsby, and some defensive linemen who can kind of play some DE, DT, Carl Brooks, Moro Jomo out of Texas and Bowling Green as well. The Cowboys have filled most of their needs so far. What is the biggest draft need so far, or left, I should say, for the Cowboys? Sound off for me in the comments section. Biggest draft need left for Dallas. Roschon Johnson, the pick in the 4th round, number 129 overall. Very much underused at Texas, although who can blame them? They had this guy named Bijan Robinson who was ahead of him, which was the right move there. But the lack of usage actually benefits him a little bit from an NFL draft because he was very effective both as a pass catcher and on special teams. A lot of reps there. He can do pass protection. He can give you some third down stuff. Little high on the drops, but small sample size, so it's fine. 1 career fumble. He's not a burner, but he is a really great complement for Tony Pollard. Roschon Johnson slots into the Zeke role. Smaller touches probably, but he can be a third down back at times, can do pass protection, can run over guys, be a short yardage power back. Jamal Williams is my comp for him. He's never going to be an explosive big play machine with a 4.58 40 that tracks with his speed, but the short yardage, the small things he does super well, makes him a great 4th round pick. If you guys want more Cowboys videos, well, make sure you're subbed to the Cowboys Report. Free videos every single day, multiple times per day. Hit that sub button, youtube.com/@CowboysTV. Let's move on now to the 5th round and a sleeper pick here. Chandler Zavala out of NC State, who I wonder if come draft time he ends up going a little bit earlier than the 5th round here. It's a small sample size, a year and a half of play basically. I thought he was a bit of a combine snub, but the numbers were really good this year. All per PFF, 0 sacks, 1 hit, 3 hurries, and a really good run grade. That's all fantastic production. He might be the first non-combine invite player drafted. Maybe he's not a day 1 starter, but finding a potential depth piece at guard or even a future guy in the 5th round who easily go top 100, it's just great value there. I'm going to keep mocking quarterbacks, and I'm going to keep mixing up who I actually pick for the Cowboys. Next up is Aidan O'Connell. We've done Max Duggan, DTR, etc. Let's go with the Purdue quarterback. There's not much mobility here, and that does concern me because I want mobility in a backup quarterback, but he gets the ball out quickly. He's got a lot of experience in a pro-style offense, under center, fits that West Coast quick passing offense. Not a very good deep passer. Thought he was better in 2021. The numbers bear that out too as well. Matt Barkley player comparison for me here. I think there's a real chance Dallas drafts a QB at some point on day 3 because the Cowboys have said they want to. Do you think they will, or will they pass? Y for yes and for no in the comments section. All right, round 7. Dan Quinn was at the Iowa State Pro Day. We all assumed it was for Will McDonald. They also met with MJ Anderson, who is going to be a later draft pick if he gets taken at all. That's why he's here at pick number 244. He's a raw defensive line piece who has not played that much football in college or overall. Minnesota, Iowa State, missed his junior year of high school. Good power, still needs some work. There's a bit of a tweener there. But hey, we're in round 7. We're taking a flyer on someone there's some semblance of interest in from Dan Quinn. So the 7-round mock draft. Michael Mayer from Notre Dame, Keeanu Benton from Wisconsin, Darius Rush from South Carolina, Roschon Johnson out of Texas, Chandler Zavala, the guard from NC State, Aidan O'Connell from Purdue, MJ Anderson from Iowa State. So be honest with me, I can handle criticism if you don't like it. Grade the mock draft, A, B, C, D, or F in the comment section.